This is the 2021 Tahoe. GM made a little bit of a mistake. We're going to talk about that and everything else in this video. Before we get to the 2021 Tahoe, I've got to talk about something that's maybe a little embarrassing to me. I'm about to mention my weight, and that's not my normal weight that I usually have. So I've been kind of looking for something more healthy, and if quarantine was anything like anything like I experienced, maybe you experienced the same thing, and that was we got a little chunky. Okay, so I'm trying to start my day out with a little bit healthier food, something with high protein. This stuff has got 11 grams of high protein. It's low in carbs. It's only got 3 net carbs. It's sweet, delicious, no sugar, and its biggest thing is it's gluten-free and grain-free. So my friends at Magic Spoon sent me these boxes of cereal. We have Magic Spoon Frosted, we have Blueberry, we have Fruity, and we have Cocoa. And I'm gonna try. Ooh, that's really blueberry. That's good too. Oh yeah, these things are awesome, guys. Biggest thing is they're healthy, they're sweet, they're delicious. Just like I mentioned, they're low carb, high protein. Best way to start your day. Magic Spoon gave me a link down in the description so that way you can try it out right now. The best cereal out there. So if you're looking for stuff that is high protein, gluten-free, keto-friendly, this is the stuff to get, and it doesn't taste bad. Thanks for Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for helping me lose a little bit of weight. And we'll be on with the video. Make sure you use the link in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to a beautiful day here in Louisville, Kentucky. Behind me, the 2021 Tahoe. You're gonna look at those wheels and be like, what are those wheels? Those wheels are the transport wheels. We're waiting on the 22-inch black wheels that are coming from the factory. I'll show you those here in a little bit to have them installed. We haven't even PDI'd this vehicle yet. We got some other things coming forth that we're gonna do, but in this video, we're gonna show you everything about the 21 Tahoe. This is a Premier model. I'm gonna show you some cool features, and I have had a lot of people ask me about how the seating positions are. I'm 6'3" for reference, and I'm 230 pounds of pure muscle. But I'm gonna sit in the second row seats, the third row seats, and the first row seats. I'm gonna share with you on all that stuff, so that way you can make the best decision on the market when you're coming to full-size SUVs. There's plenty of videos out there on the 2021 Tahoe. I'll do a quick walk around. This is a Premier model, pretty loaded up. It's $75,000 MSRP. We have the premium package on it, which gives it the sunroof, the panoramic, the power tilt, sliding sunroof and sunshade, adaptive cruise control, enhanced automatic emergency braking, rear pedestrian alert, rear camera mirror washer, rear camera mirror, multicolor heads-up display. This heads-up display is phenomenal. HD surround vision, trailer brake controller, hitch guidance, trailer side blind zone alert, the enhanced cooling radiator, the 22-inch wheels, the all-weather floor mats, the black bow ties, and a cargo net. Again, $74,990 MSRP. Here in Louisville, not a lot of people ask for power running boards, so we did not put the power running boards on this vehicle. I love the back end of this. This looks really, really good. Those power windshield wiper fluid type deal for the back cameras are right here, and there's 2 cameras for the 360 and the digital rear view mirror that I'm gonna talk about you. There's always a trailer hitch on a Tahoe, so if you don't see it, it's gonna be covered up just like this. There's just a couple tabs you do a quarter twist, and this comes off, so you got the trailer hitch right there as well. On the Premier, you got the chrome handles with the color match center with the touch access key fob right there. On the driver's door, we have memory seats 1 and 2, easy exit. You have the power locks, the mirror controls, all right there. Speaking of the mirror, you have the blind spot indicator in the mirror right there. So when someone is in your blind spot, that it will tell you. And then also there, if you tow anything, you can actually set it up so there's a tow blind spot indicator too. So that way, when you've got that big trailer on there, you know somebody is in your blind spot on the trailer as well. Down here, all sorts of buttons. There's a lot of buttons up here that can be really, really confusing if you've never seen this before. Electric parking brake,
This is the lane keep assist. This is the parking sensors. This is the traction control. This is the hill descent control. This is the worst button in the world. I think everybody agrees with me, but our lovely government makes us do it. This is the auto start stop feature. Hit that button every time you get in. It doesn't shut off at stoplights. And this is for the rear power outlet to turn that on behind the third row seat. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Heads up display, we'll show you that here in a second. There's 3 buttons to there. The 4-wheel drive system, the lights to make them lighter or brighter, that's all those lights up there. Your automatic light controls, and your trailer brake control right there. On the Premier model, you're gonna have a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And for reference, this driver's seat is all the way back. I don't know if very many people is gonna want this all the way back. My good customer, Will Perdue, you may know him from the Chicago Bulls. He played with Michael Jordan. This would be a perfect seat for him. That he would love this seat because he's like 6'7" or 6'9" or something like that. Makes me like feel really small. Coming in here, we have the steering wheel, really similar to everything that's out there right now with the Silverado and whatnot. So the Traverse, you know, you got the buttons right here for the driver information center. So you can see that's moving up there, going through all those tabs there, moving this up and down. We'll go over here so you can move up and down and see everything there. And then the voice recognition system for your Bluetooth and the navigation system for the vehicle. Over here is cruise control. Got heated steering wheel. It's like 125 degrees, I think, here in Louisville. Just kidding. It's 94. We don't need that today. And then this is your gap assist for your adaptive cruise control. So this is your distance behind another car. Far, medium, and near, as you can see they're changing on the steering wheel. Try to focus in on that heads-up display. It's very, very large heads-up display. When I move it, you can kind of see those tabs there, and just because it's so light out and with the camera, it's tough to see. But if I hit the info, we go into the info screen, and that shows a little bit different things. The digital speedometer in the top right-hand corner, the white box is the speed limit. The sign that you're on, the street that you're on, is basically a sign, and then you have the adaptive cruise control showing you that information there as well. This is showing you your compass and that your adaptive cruise control is working, or your lane departure warning is working at the top left. This is an off-road version of all of that, and just back to a very plain Jane of speed and speed limit there and back there. So those are all of your pages on the heads-up display for the 2021 Tahoe Premier Edition. I haven't been doing a ton of training on the Tahoe and really engraced into the training that General Motors gives us because I've been so involved with Corvette stuff. But this is really awesome. I really love how this does. And you're going to be right over here on your right hand. You're just going to pull this up, push for neutral, pull up, and then you have your lower gears here. This is kind of goofy, I think, that you're going to be like in manual mode. And if I do this, you're going to push a button to change gears. That's kind of goofy, but nonetheless, it's still very cool that they do that. They get the shifter off of the steering wheel. You got your start stop button right there. That's kind of hidden, so when you're back here, it's kind of tough to see. So you just get your memory down on that. It's your muscle memory to learn that. Very common display of the radio that we have now on our Tahoes, Suburbans, you know, trucks, our Traverse. Nothing really different there. Nice huge screen. This thing is so big. I love this new screen. And you got all your trailering stuff, which this is really awesome. I've showed this on the Silverados, the HD Silverados. This is basically like a checklist to go through everything on your checklist. So if you don't do trailering all the time, this is your checklist to make sure everything's done. You got all your trailers, you got memory trailers, all that stuff. So if you do stuff like that, it tells you your status. So if you got your trailer hooked up, it'll tell you that, hey, listen, you need to do maintenance on your trailer because you've driven this many miles with this particular Tahoe, stuff like that. So a lot of this is really similar to the Corvette as well. We got climate control up here. You hit this tab here to go to front and rear. You can control everything there. It's redundant down here. So this is all your controls and your climate controls down here as well. We'll get to those here in a second, but back up to the screen here. Come back to the home. You got settings, you got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is now available for wireless application. You don't have to plug it in, which frees up USB ports, which is pretty nice. And speaking of USB ports, there's a ton of USB ports in this vehicle. I'm gonna start with the first two right down here. You got a USB-C, USB-A, you have a 12-volt outlet. Inside the center console, you have another USB-A, USB-C, and that's an SD card for the navigation. Now those SD cards are VIN specific. You cannot take this SD card and put it in another Tahoe. So when you leave the dealership, make sure this SD card is in there, because you're going to have a big fight in your hands and saying, hey, my SD card's not in there. And those things are like $300 or $400. They're not very, very cheap. Really cool feature is they got the tray that comes with this on the Premier model. And then you have really nice deep cargo area there. This kind of can move up there a couple different ways. Is it reversible? Yeah, not really. So, but it's definitely contoured to go back there, which is really, really cool as well. It moved the wireless charging down here, which I think is a great thing. The wireless charging up here in the last generation Tahoes, I didn't really like. I thought that was a bad thing, because when you have a larger phone, like an iPhone Max, this one fits in there, but on the other ones it did not. So now I can just throw it down there, and then up here on this little phone thing, it's going to tell me that it's charging with that green lightning bolt right there. So that's kind of nice that that is there, and the wireless charging is down there. Got a nice couple cup holders right here, and then these are the cup holders for the middle row back seats back there. So those are integrated into the center armrest. Again, my chair is all the way back, and you can kind of see that I have a long ways to get to those pedals down there, so they don't really need to be back there, but I have it all the way back. So I'm going to show you the distance in the seating position in the back to kind of show you what it's like. Radio controls are all right here. Redundancy on a couple of those. The power button, this is the home button, so it does the same thing as this right here. So if I hit home, that does this. If we go to nav and we hit home up here, comes back to the same screen. This is kind of like a seek or a forward button, and then a back button to come back to that screen there. To go back, it takes you to all that right there. HVAC system, not going to bore you with that. Pretty self-explanatory. We got heated seats, heats up where it's squiggly lines, so that's just the back, that's the seat bottom and the back, and this is the ventilated seats here. So rear controls, I can turn that off and on because it's on back there. And then I can also give them controls of the rear climate from there, and then I'll show you in the back where that as well. Really cool thing up here is they got this little cubby hole. Not sure what you can put in there. iPhone 11 Max Pro fits in there, so that's kind of cool that it fits in there. And your hazard buttons are right there. And then you have a big glove box. So I mentioned this a little bit. If you Google search, or I'll put it up in the right hand corner here, look for how every option works on the 2020 C8 Corvette. A lot of this stuff is going to carry over to the C8 as it does on the 2021 Tahoe. Now obviously we don't have a sunroof like we have in the Tahoe here in the Corvette, but a lot of the stuff, the radio, the mirror I'm about to show you, all of that stuff, the heads-up display, all of that stuff carries over here. So if you're wanting to know how every feature works on the vehicle, check out my 2021 Tahoe. And if you guys want me to do an entire video, which is going to be well over 2 hours long, if you want me to do that video, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll create the entire of how every option works on a 2021 Tahoe, so that way you have it down the road. Coming up here, we have that digital rear view mirror I mentioned to you. So we look back there, and it's gonna be tough to see, but you know, imagine you got all sorts of kids in the back there, you got room for 5 people back there, all their big heads are in the way, you just simply can't see out the back window. Well, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. There is the digital rear view mirror. One of those cameras I just showed you shows that up. Again, kind of go quick. There's 3 different ways of using this up here. So you have how bright it is, you have zoom in, zoom out. So you can see that I can zoom in and zoom out on that. And then I can tilt it and pan it there too. So different ways of doing that. You got your OnStar up here. This is your sunshade. So you'll see the sunshade is going to start closing back there now. We're going to stop that. And then this is the tilt feature. So if we want to tilt this, it tilts up just a little bit. That's not much of a tilt. That's maybe a ½ an inch. Not much. Not a big deal. But we'll close that. And then we got the slide feature as well. So you'll see that slides all the way open right there. Ooh, nice. Nope, wrong way. Let's see if it opens up any further. Nope, that's it. So really nice big opening. And let's test out, see if it's got pinch control. It's got pinch control. There we go. That was brave. So more up here, we have the power folding second row seats right here. And then also we have the rear lift gate right there. We have the lights for when the doors are open, garage door opener, which again on the top left right hand corner of the video, there's how to program these. It's an old video, but it's still effective today in how to program those garage door up there as well. Nice sunshades up here. They're lighted, which is good, and they're also adjustable as well. So got some sun. Want that to go back? There you go. You got that all the way back, just like that. All right, so we're gonna start going here in the middle, second row seats, and you can see that again, this seat is all the way back, and me being 6'3", this is not where I would have my seat. This is way too far back. When I am back here, you can see my body would be right in this B pillar right here, so I would not be able to see. And if I wanted to look left out my window, I would actually have to look out this back window. I've already tested it out. So down here, we have a couple different controls. This is going to make the seat collapse manually. This makes the seat go forward and back. And the nice cool thing about this is I can sit in here with no problem. Now, it's tight, right? But I could not do this in the last generation Tahoe. Could not do this. Now this seat will actually move backwards. So now this seat is all the way back and I have a little bit of room. But there's a flaw with this seat being all the way back. And I'm gonna show you. Remember, I moved this seat all the way back. The seat that the camera is sitting on is in the same position this seat just was. Just like our previous generation Tahoes, we have power third row seat. Remember, this seat is all the way back, this seat is not. So when we push this down, boom, we got power fold. But when that middle seat is not all the way back, I'm still pushing it, it's not gonna go down. That has to be one click up for it to go down. I think that's a flaw. It is what it is, not that big of a deal, but you just have to remember, so that way it's an easy convenience, that when you are wanting to put these seats down, that those seats are one click up. It should not affect anybody, any reason, anyhow. So we'll put these back up and I'll show you how much room is in this third row seat. Pretty impressive. One of the biggest benefits of bucket seats is someone who is 6'3", can get back here with no problems. Now this is something I've never been able to do on a Tahoe, and that is flip right over here and have my seating position with my legs all the way in here. So if you wanted to put 3 adults back here, you could do it. It's gonna be tight, but you could literally get 7 people in a 2021 Tahoe. If I'm sitting in the middle, no problem, I can stretch out. This seat is still in the same position as I left you last time. This seat is all the way in the back, and I have even more room back here. Let me show you. This is one click up, and this is all the way back. Again, I can get up here, right? My feet can kind of get up in the middle there. I have a size 15 shoe, so you know, for my feet to get places, I think I'm a really good testament on room of getting in here. The one thing that I don't have is being a little kid, my feet coming straight out and hitting like in this spot right here. That's something I can't do. But it's pretty impressive with this seat all the way back and all the way forward that it does, or not all the way forward, one click forward, that you got plenty of room in this third row seat. Can't do that on the last generation Tahoe. You have a power release button right there. Remember I showed you that button there? That goes down. It actually goes down, which is really cool. We'll hit it again and it goes straight up. So this makes it much easier for me to get in and out and not have to climb through the middle row like I just showed you. Very, very simple to get out and get in. So this is down, this is up, and then push this back. Doing it all one-handed while doing camera. Very, very simple to do. I do have a Z71 coming. My good friend Mike Rice, I don't know why he's a friend, but I'll consider him a good friend. He owns a lawn care company here in town, and he's buying a Z71 model. Should be here any day, and I'll share with you on that one, on the Z71. It's a little bit different look. I love the way it looks, and we made sure we tailored it to what his wants and needs are, since that's a sold unit. But I wanted to show you the 360 cameras in here. I haven't shown you that yet. Absolutely amazing on this. So I'm going to start by putting it in reverse, because this is guaranteeing me every single time that the cameras come up. Sometimes in drive they don't come up, but you can see that since I had them up first, this shows me the front camera. See the truck right there? The truck is right there. And then it gives you the 360 view all around the car. And every time I turn the wheels, everything moves as well. So you have the front there, you have the back there by pushing this button, you have straight down the front and the back. So if you have a tow hitch on there, it's going to pick that up. But we don't really need to use this one. We're going to come over and use this one, and you'll see that tow hitch right there. Perfect. This is kind of the forward. This is kind of back right here on the side view, so you can see like if you're in lines or something. This is going front. So again, move those wheels like this. And then this over here changes all the towing stuff here. Let me go to the back here, the lines like that. And then the trailer there. And then this brings in everything right there as well. So a good overview of the 360 cameras. All right, so now that pretty much done with the video, kind of want to share with you where this driver's seat would go to make me feel comfortable. So this is where I'm at right here. I would feel comfortable in here. My elbow's got a nice bend. I can push the steering wheel whichever way that I want it to. And now let me show you how much room is in this back seat in the normal tradition. I kind of had that there. This one's still a little far back, but again, kind of gives you an idea of a 6'3" guy sitting in here and seeing how much room there truly is in the back seat of this new 2021 Tahoe. They've obviously added a whole lot of length in this vehicle, and it's very well utilized as well. Also back here, this is your rear air controls. This is 2 more of your USB ports. You have a 12-volt outlet back here, and then you have a USB port right there, another USB port right there. Those are both USB-C port. And then back here in the back again is where you have that 120-volt outlet. It's I believe a 400-watt max, and you just turn that on right up there where I showed you earlier to turn this power outlet on. So if you're tailgating or want to have like a electric cooler or something, you could plug that all in and have it going. You got a bike pump that you need to, you know, pump up, you know, all that good stuff at the lake or whatever the case may be. You can use that to do so. And the last thing I'll show you is the key fob. Looks very, very similar to the Corvette key fob. We have the lock, unlock. This is the remote start. No more having to press lock and then remote start. Simply just do this. The 2 intervals is no longer required. You can do that as many times as you want. You got the panic button, and then yes, you can still open up the back glass right here. And they still have the windshield wiper hidden up there, which I think gives it a much cleaner look. And then you have the rear lift gate right there as well by pushing that button. Again, you couldn't see it out here, which is why I did that back in the showroom earlier, but you just kick right there, just to the left of the exhaust, and that'll go down just like so. There you go. All right, so last thing, these nice firefighters came and bugged me while I'm doing video, so I thought this was going to do something back to the lot, but this is going to show you the difference between old generation and new generation. I have these lined up, supposedly. Oh, come on. Now they're lined up. They're lined up right there, and then coming to the back, you can't even see there's a Tahoe back here. Huge difference between the lengths of these vehicles. Pretty impressive, guys. What do you think about that? And then I'll kind of come to the back and show you the size difference here. So we know that the new generation is much wider than the old generation, and you can see that based off of me showing you earlier that probably 3 adults can sit in the back 3rd row seat right there. And we'll come to the front and we'll get a really good comparison with the front there as well. Looks pretty awesome. The new LEDs, those are sweet. It's always great when firefighters show up and I can kind of show them the vehicles. By the way, make sure you check out ChevyDudeStore.com. We got a really good line of merch of supporting police officers, firefighters, medics, and all that good stuff, military people. Thanks to the St. Matthews Fire Department guys. Those are the chiefs there. Always love supporting those causes there. But guys, as always, here's your view of the 2021 Tahoe. Let me know what you think about it in the description below. As always, thanks again for watching. Have a great day and drive safely.